What is up, everybody? Marin Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 7 American Tank Destroyer, turreted tank destroyer that is, the T25-2. As you can see, this is very much, to me, almost a heavy tank. As far as the looks go, and it's got decent armor in the front, decent armor in the turret, especially right here around the gun mantlet. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. But this is definitely going more towards that heavy tank feel. Of course, this is with pretty high pin of 170 at tier 7. But yeah, you can still side scrape with this thing. That's what this is kind of good for. And then also staying further back. But you do have the open turret, so no vents yet again. But this is definitely going to be the style going forward with this tank line. Go ahead and get to the comparison. Alright, so, and of course this is on the North American server. This is what I see the most of. We've got the T25AT for the people going for the T110E3, which is the other American tank line. The SU100M1 for the people going for the 264 version 4. The Emil for people going for the Grill. Challenger for the people going for the FV4005, and the Jagdpanzer for people going for the Jagdpanzer E100, I believe it's called. So yeah, see a lot of different TDs at this tier, especially non-premium. There's also a lot of premiums as well. So you'll face all the way up to tier 9, and that's the one thing where this one kind of has a bit of a problem dealing with those tier 9s because penetration is not great. 170, you're definitely going to be throwing a lot of gold rounds with this thing. And this is with the tier 8 gun. The tier 7 gun, which you start with, is even worse. So yeah, 258 pin with the gold rounds gives you enough of a fighting chance. But yeah, definitely stock up on those credits for those gold rounds because you're going to need them if you're grinding this thing all the way through. I did it about 3/4 of the way and then free XP to the next tank. Because the next tank is much better. It's a true assault TD. But yeah, penetration worse than the group. Damage worse than the group. Yeah, this thing is a bear to use for sure. But one good thing, it has a decent reload time. Not as good as the SU, but definitely better than everything else. And then we get down to shell velocity. It definitely has the best shell velocity across the board. Now, like I said, you're actually going to be shooting gold 90% of the time. It's APCR, so you don't have to worry about shielded or based armor or anything. 1200 feet per second, so you really don't have to lead that much with those gold rounds. But yeah, I pretty much ran probably 50-50 as far as gold versus normal rounds. Because of the fact that you don't have a great standard round pin. Now, you will sometimes face down to tier 5s, which the standard rounds are more than capable of taking care of everything. But I tend to face tier 8s a lot with this, and yeah, the 170 was just not quite enough. But as far as ammo capacity, 47. So, like I said, you can take, especially if you get the first field mod, but of course you're probably not going to be playing this thing after you get the next one unlocked because this thing is not really that fun to play. Game time, same thing as all the previous ones of this line, 1.63, so you don't really have to mess with that. But the 0.35, we can definitely get that down to 0.33 with our aiming circle size reducer. You definitely want to do that to try to get those pinpoint shots in, because if you saw with the Hellcat and the Wolverine in the previous videos, that 0.35 is not great, especially with the limited pin that you have with this thing. You definitely have to make those shots count. And of course, typical American, 10 degrees of gun depression. So you can definitely use those hills to good effect. And the fact that you're turreted, you can use rocks and all kinds of other stuff as well. You start seeing the Challengers also with this for the British, but honestly the Challenger is very similar style in general. Then we get down to our, of course, it turreted, so 180, always good. Whereas everything else is, yeah, look at this, St. Emil, -5, 7. Wow, that's not much turning, or turret traverse. Then speed, 56, pretty good. Honestly, a lot of them, other than the St. Emil, are all around the same speed. It does feel a little bit slow compared to the previous tanks, but it's still good enough. You're getting more into that assault mode, so you're going to see these things start slowing down considerably, but not bad. And then we get down to our armor. Like I said, the turret armor pretty good, hull armor pretty good. Not as good as a 25 because this is a true assault. And then the SU is also going to be moving towards that true assault style, whereas the St. Emil, the Challenger, and the J Panther are all sniper style. So these three are all going to be fairly similar. This is kind of in the middle of these two different styles of tank destroyer. Then we get down to camo. You do sit up pretty high, so yeah, not the greatest camo. Not the worst, because some of these other ones are giant boxes, but other than that, it's okay. You can get up to like 35, I want to say, without using whatever the thing is that I can't think of what it's called, the camo net. So I think I ran low nose exhaust though. And then you also have view range of 380, so not bad. So let's go ahead and take a look at skills, course camouflage, brothers in arms. Next you're going to want smooth ride, of course, and snapshot. Past that, we'll want concealment, and eventually, because you tend to be the last one standing, well, you're going to be in the middle of the pack when you die, because you are going to get seen with this thing. It's kind of big. But situational awareness and recon. As far as this goes, let's get that dispersion down as much as possible. That's the way I go. Gun rammer, so we can get those more shots out. And then I would probably say improve rotation, because of your turret turning and stuff. You really want to try to get that down as much, but you could definitely go with camouflage net or low noise exhaust. But for me, it's going to be the rotational. Alright, so that gets us down to a 6.5 reload time, best in class. There you go, nicely done. Of course, aiming time is smaller just because of the dispersion. We actually got it down to 0.31. Now that is a sniping gun, for sure. Not as good as the Hellcat, but pretty good. And then what else did we change? The other things we would change were camo. Like I said, around 30. You can get up to like 35, 36 with that low noise exhaust, and over 40 with the camo net. And then view range 410, so you can spot in the middle of the game where your lights have already died and stuff like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the gameplay. We're going to be watching Andy Musty in his very brightly colored T25 too. And if you notice, he actually has two setups, it looks like. So he probably has one for more open maps, and then one for, and then also ammo setups for if he's hitting higher tier tanks versus lower tier. Now, he's facing tier 6, so he's probably running the one with more standard rounds than with the premium rounds. And it's a fairly open map, so definitely want that extra view range. Yeah, and that's what I was saying with that SU-100. I get this weird graphic glitch with it right now. I don't know, and I've uninstalled all mods, everything like that, and yet it still happens. And that's what I'm stuck on right now, because that's the thing in sniper view. I always get that. It doesn't matter if it's my tank or someone else's tank. Point. All right, so he's gonna. Yeah, that's where I expected him to go. This is a good starting spot, and then you move over to where the mediums are over on the right once they spot stuff. A nice little shot right into that. Yoda, can they finish him off? Oh, someone else got him. Now, this is probably a blind fire because they already know that this is a good spot that people send. Going to do a couple blind shots over the top of that hill because that's also a great spot for enemies to sit. Oh, he was sitting back further so that he didn't get spotted. Oh, and there's enemy. Yeah, pull back behind so you don't get spotted. Odd location for a heavy tank, because you definitely are going to get spotted there. Yeah, he's just going to keep firing there until it bounces. Yeah, see, he's still hitting because it's not splattering. He's going to relocate. Yeah, looks like the south of it, they didn't send. I think they only had one heavy tank go south route, because those other two, the VK3001H and the M6, are the tier 6 heavies, I believe. Yeah. Actually, where's their IS at? Their IS is way over there too. They sent no heavies south. That is not. Oh yeah, he says I love sniper heavies. There are a few heavies that are true sniper kind of deals, like Ron Von and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's supposed to be an assault. And then you also have heavies that are more like, they're effectively large medium tanks. So back up and fire. See, I would have tried to hit the track. Yeah, look, all the heavies right here. Hey, you're just gonna farm them now at this point. As long as he stays behind this bush, he should be unspotted. That was a good choice, because that would have spotted him sooner than the heavies would have. Got that M2Y, 1600 damage, not too bad, and a kill. Tiger, those things are extremely paper thin, even to standard rounds on this tank. I don't know where that shell went. And one more to finish him off. Cracked him. There's another good shot. One more, and they'll finish him off. Nicely done. Running out of standard rounds, though. Yeah, Artie's going to start firing in that location. So, yeah, great idea to move there. Start dealing with these other tanks. The SU deal with the Tiger. He's trying to get into position to start dealing with like that Type 64. Oh, ammo racked, and there goes the other heavy. Wow. Now this is the kind of team that I get, like almost every game. You're just sitting there like, what were y'all thinking? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back into my spot. Okay, it was okay, but the rest of y'all are, not the brightest bunch. Got yourselves killed. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Effectively. Problem with this location is that Artie is still gonna blind fire you. But he has enough armor that he shouldn't get pinned from Artie. So now it's a waiting game. Because they are down 3 tanks. But this is a fairly defendable location. Not quite as defendable as the other side. But still a very great spot to turtle up in. If you get spotted though from this side, you'll get hit. Back up so he's not spotted. Go. And ow, on the face. One more. The guy's not front. Oh, yeah, if he could finish off the... There go their eyes. Now they can see. Okay, so yeah, the Type 34 is just going to blind fire. Yeah, Type 34 is just blind firing. You just gotta wait for him. There you go. Nicely done. Alright, and now trying to get a spot on the OI so we can deal with him. It's a tier 6, so of course you can use the standard rounds. Especially on that front plate. That's a very flat front plate thing. Now they're down to the Tiger, the Excalibur, and the Artie. It's literally him. Oh, nice. Got lucky on that. Got spotted. I mean, not he got spotted, the other thing got. See, they're thinking that the Artie is up here, and that's why they're firing it, most likely. They're just blind firing at this point. Yeah. That's going to be the problem with sitting up here, especially when you have two Artie. Now, thankfully, both those Artie are not the fastest firing. So he should be okay. He's going to move out. Now, that Tiger may have tried to roll off the back. But he has enough to tank a shot and then try to pull back around into cover. And since it's a Tiger 1, he could probably bounce the shot if he comes in at the right angle. Or not. Yeah, definitely get up into that rock there so he doesn't get finished off. Or you can see it coming. Oh, 273, and there's the second shot. Yeah, they were waiting for him. Yeah, if the Lorraine had hit him, it would have been over. Okay. He's got to be careful not to hit too much stuff on the way there. Oh, Lorraine. Oh! Oh, he got lucky there. The Lorraine hit the ground. The Hummel has like, what, a 15 to 20 second reload? Nice finish. Shot. But he's spotted, so he has to kind of weave. Trying not to get, oh, 46. He's down to 30 HP. It's a close game. But I think at this point they're going to have it. So yeah, this is the questionable thing, is did the Artie spot and let this guy get the kill? Or should he spot? Because the Artie can reload pretty quick. And the Hummel should be pretty... So not there. We've been behind this thing here. Didn't get spotted because it didn't pop up. I expect he's kind of in the, like the K6 area. Get a good angle. They will roll into that little dip area right there. Either that or he could be here in this dip to the right. If he blind fires, they'll figure it out real quick. But yeah, 8 kills, 4,000 damage. 554 either spotting or whatever. Tracking. Not too bad. Trying to stay out of the cap circle so you can try to spot him back in this corner. Then try and get another kill if he can. there's no telling where he's at this point. Trying to make sure that he doesn't sneak up on his already. Oh, now they know where he's at. And he got lucky and hit. Is that where he's at? I didn't think the angle it came in at that that's where he was. He definitely wants to get that last kill. 9 kills would be a lot. Well, I think we're going to cut it here. Just because him chasing down that already, or they cap out one of the two. So it's pretty much a guaranteed win here. Alright, and let's go ahead and get to the actual game stats and see if he got that 9th kill. Alright, nope, he did not get that last kill. So it looks like the Hummel did escape and they got the victory based on the capturing the base. Anyway, Ace Tanker, Fire Perfect, Bruiser, Duelist, Radley Walters medal for being player in 5th or higher tier for destroying 8 or 9 enemies. That's pretty good. Of course, High Caliber and Top Gun. Yeah, 4,600 damage. That's kind of ridiculous. 8 kills. That's how you play this tank for sure. Was a little defensive, but in this position, with the team he had to be. Anyway, this is Murder Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification icon so you can see all my videos. And I'll see you on the battlefield.